God told me to warn you, watch where you go alone. Someone secretly planned to plug you any day from now. There is something quiet in the way this message is reaching you, almost like it found you at the exact moment you were ready to hear it. Not loudly, not forcefully, but in a way that feels strangely personal, as if it already understands where you have been and how you have been moving through your days. Stay with this, because there is something important here that connects more deeply to you than it first appears. This is not about fear or urgency, but about awareness, about noticing the small details you may have been overlooking while focusing on everything else in your life. Lately, there has been a subtle shift in how you experience your surroundings, even if you have not fully put it into words yet. You might have felt moments where you paused without knowing why, or times when something inside you quietly suggested that you slow down, take a different path, or simply pay more attention. These moments are not random. They are part of a deeper alignment happening within you, a gentle reminder that your presence matters and that where you choose to go, physically and emotionally, carries more meaning than you may realize. There is also a layer of emotional awareness growing inside you, shaped by everything you have been through recently, the waiting, the uncertainty, the silent questions you have carried without always sharing them with others. All of that has been refining your intuition, making it sharper, more sensitive, more attuned to what feels right and what does not. You are beginning to sense things before they fully unfold. And even if you sometimes doubt it, that inner voice has been guiding you more accurately than you think. Do not miss what comes next, because this is where that awareness starts to become clearer. What you are being drawn toward now is not restriction, but intention. It is about moving with a quiet confidence, choosing spaces, people, and moments that truly align with your peace. There is no need to rush or force anything. Instead, this is an invitation to trust yourself in a deeper way, to notice where you feel calm and where you feel unsettled, and to honor those feelings without questioning them too much. Something within you already knows how to guide you, and as you begin to listen more closely, you will start to understand why this message found you now. Something within you has already begun to notice the difference, even if you have not fully trusted it yet. There are moments when everything feels normal on the surface, yet a quiet feeling inside asks you to pause, to observe a little longer, to not move so quickly through certain situations. That feeling is not confusion, and it is not hesitation without reason. It is awareness forming in real time, shaped by everything you have learned and everything you have felt but not always expressed. Stay with this, because the more you acknowledge it, the clearer it becomes. You may have also realized that not every place or situation feels the same anymore. Spaces that once felt easy now carry a slight discomfort, while other environments unexpectedly bring you calm. This is not something to ignore or overanalyze, but something to gently respect. Your inner state is becoming more selective, not out of fear, but out of growth. You are learning that your energy is not meant to be placed everywhere, and that where you go, how you show up, and who you allow into your space all shape your experience more than you once believed. There is a quiet strength developing in the way you move, even if it does not always look like confidence from the outside. It shows up in small decisions like choosing to step back instead of pushing forward, or taking a moment before responding instead of reacting immediately. These choices may seem minor, but they are building something deeper within you, a sense of self-trust that does not depend on anyone else's validation. Don't miss what comes next, because this is where your awareness starts guiding you with more clarity than ever before. As this continues, you will notice that your path begins to feel more intentional, almost like you are being gently directed without pressure. There is no need to question every step or look for certainty in everything around you. Instead, allow yourself to move with quiet confidence, trusting that the awareness growing inside you is there for a reason. This message is not asking you to change everything at once, but to begin noticing more, feeling more, and choosing more consciously. And as you do, you will start to understand how much power there is in simply paying attention. There is a quiet realization forming inside you now, one that does not arrive all at once, but unfolds gently as you begin to notice your own patterns. You are starting to see how often you moved through certain moments on autopilot, trusting routine more than awareness, and how easily you ignored those soft inner nudges that asked you to slow down. This is not something to regret, but something to understand. It means you are waking up to yourself in a deeper way, and that awareness is not here to overwhelm you, it is here to support you. Stay with this, because what you are beginning to recognize will change how you move forward. In the middle of your everyday life, there have been small signals, subtle shifts in energy, changes in how certain conversations feel, or how your body responds in specific environments. These are not random experiences. They are reflections of your sensitivity becoming more refined, more connected to what truly aligns with you. You may not always have the exact words for it, but you feel it, and that feeling matters. Instead of brushing it aside or second-guessing yourself, allow it to guide your pace, your decisions, and even your silence when needed. There is also something deeper happening beneath the surface, something connected to how you value your own presence. You are beginning to understand that not every moment requires your full participation, and not every space deserves your energy. This is not about withdrawing from life, but about engaging with it more consciously. When you choose where to go and how to show up with intention, you are protecting your peace without even trying. There's something important here, because this is where your quiet strength becomes visible, not to others first, but to you. As you continue to move through this phase, trust that you are not being left to figure everything out alone. There is a natural flow guiding you, something steady and calm that meets you exactly where you are. You do not need to force clarity or rush understanding. Let it come to you as you stay present, as you listen more closely, and as you honor what feels right within you. The more you do this, the more you will see that this awareness was never meant to limit you. It was always meant to lead you gently toward a more aligned way of living. There comes a point where everything you have been sensing begins to feel less like a question and more like quiet clarity. You are not searching the same way anymore, and you are not moving through your days with the same uncertainty that once followed you. Instead, there is a calm awareness settling in, one that does not rush you or pressure you, but simply reminds you to stay present in each moment. Stay with this, because this shift you are feeling is not temporary. It is something that is becoming part of who you are. You may notice that your decisions are starting to come from a deeper place, not just logic or habit, but from a sense of inner knowing that feels steady and grounded. Even when you cannot fully explain why you feel drawn toward or away from something, there is a quiet confidence behind it. This is the result of everything you have processed, every emotion you have sat with, and every moment you chose to reflect instead of react. It is shaping the way you see the world, and more importantly, the way you see yourself within it. There is also a growing sense of peace in how you approach your surroundings. You are no longer trying to fit yourself into every space or situation. Instead, you are allowing life to meet you where you feel most aligned, where your presence feels natural rather than forced. This does not mean everything will always feel perfect, but it means you are becoming more selective in a healthy, grounded way. Don't miss what comes next, because this is where your awareness begins to guide not just your actions, but your entire experience of life. As this continues to unfold, you will start to recognize how much strength there is in simply trusting yourself, not in a loud or dramatic way, but in a calm, steady manner that does not need constant reassurance. You are learning to move with intention, to listen without overthinking, and to choose without fear of being wrong. This message is not here to change you into someone else, but to remind you of who you are when you are fully connected to yourself. And as you continue forward, that connection will quietly shape everything you do. It may feel surprising how something so quiet can begin to guide so much within you, yet that is exactly what is happening. You are no longer looking outside for constant direction in the way you once did, because something inside you has started to feel steady enough to follow. This is not a sudden transformation, but a gradual return to yourself, where your choices begin to reflect who you truly are instead of what you once felt expected to be. Stay with this, because the way you move from here will begin to feel more natural than anything before. There is also a soft sense of reassurance growing within you, one that does not rely on external confirmation. It shows up when you pause before stepping into something and realize you already know whether it feels right. It appears when you take a different path, not because you are avoiding anything, but because you are honoring what feels aligned. These moments may seem small, but they are deeply meaningful because they reflect a connection that is becoming stronger between your awareness and your actions. There's something important here, because this is where trust in yourself becomes consistent. As you continue forward, you may notice that your pace begins to shift. You are not rushing into spaces or situations without thought anymore, and you are not forcing yourself to stay where your energy feels unsettled. Instead, you are allowing yourself to move with calm intention, choosing presence over pressure and clarity over confusion. This does not isolate you from life. It actually brings you closer to the experiences that truly resonate with you. The more you allow this natural rhythm to guide you, the more grounded and centered you will feel in everything you do. What this message is gently reminding you is that your awareness is not something to question, it is something to trust. You are being guided in a way that is subtle yet deeply effective, helping you navigate your path with greater clarity and peace. You do not need to overcomplicate it or search for signs everywhere. Simply continue to listen, to notice, and to move with intention. As you do, you will begin to see how everything you need has already been placed within you, quietly leading you toward a life that feels more aligned, more balanced, and more truly your own. By now, something within you feels different, not in a dramatic way, but in a calm, grounded sense that you are no longer the same person who once moved without noticing. There is a steadiness in you that was not as clear before, a quiet awareness that now walks with you instead of staying in the background. You are not searching as much, not questioning every feeling, because there is a gentle understanding forming that you can trust what you sense. Stay with this, because this is where everything begins to feel whole rather than uncertain. You may look back and realize that what once felt confusing now makes more sense, not because everything has been explained, but because you have changed in how you receive it. The pauses you took, the moments you chose to listen instead of rush, the times you stepped back without fully knowing why, all of it has shaped this clarity. There is no pressure here to get everything perfect or to always know the next step. What matters is that you are present enough to recognize what feels right for you, and that presence is something you have built over time. There is also a sense of peace that comes with this understanding, a feeling that you do not have to push yourself into places or situations that do not resonate with you. You are allowed to move gently, to choose thoughtfully, and to create space where you feel most aligned. This is not about limiting your life, it is about living it with intention and awareness. Don't miss what comes next, because this is where your calm clarity becomes your guide, not just in certain moments, but in everything you choose moving forward. As this message settles within you, let it remind you of something simple yet powerful. You are already equipped with the awareness you need to move through your life with confidence and peace. There is nothing you need to chase, nothing you need to force, and nothing you need to fear. Just continue to listen to yourself, to honor what feels right, and to move with quiet trust. And as you do, you will notice that life begins to meet you with the same calm clarity you have found within yourself. There is something about this moment that feels quieter than everything that came before it, yet somehow more meaningful. It is not trying to grab your attention loudly, but it is asking you to notice how far you have come within yourself. The way you think, the way you pause, the way you choose, all of it has shifted in ways you may not have fully acknowledged yet. Stay with this, because what you are beginning to recognize now is not something new being given to you. It is something within you finally being seen clearly. You are no longer moving through life in the same automatic way, and that change did not happen overnight. It came from the times you felt uncertain but still chose to reflect, from the moments you did not have answers but stayed patient with yourself anyway. There is a quiet maturity in that, a depth that cannot be rushed or forced. You have learned how to sit with your own thoughts without needing to escape them, and that has created a kind of inner stability that now supports you in ways you once needed from the outside. There is also a deeper connection forming between your awareness and your actions. You are not just noticing things anymore, you are beginning to respond differently because of what you feel. When something feels right, you allow yourself to move toward it without overthinking. When something feels off, you step back without needing to justify it to anyone. There's something important here, because this is where your intuition and your decisions start to align naturally, creating a sense of flow that feels both calm and intentional. As you continue forward from here, allow yourself to trust this version of you that has been quietly developing. You do not need to return to old patterns just because they are familiar, and you do not need to question every step you take. Let your awareness guide you gently, without pressure or doubt. The more you move with this quiet confidence, the more you will see that everything you need has already been growing within you, preparing you to move through life with clarity, balance, and a deeper sense of peace. There is a quiet sense of arrival in you now, not the kind that comes with noise or celebration, but one that settles gently, almost like a deep breath you did not realize you were holding. You are beginning to recognize yourself in a new way, not through what others expect or what you once tried to prove, but through how you feel when you are simply being present. This awareness is steady, calm, and real. Stay with this because what you are feeling now is the result of everything you have allowed yourself to understand without forcing it. You may notice that your connection to your surroundings has become more intentional, more thoughtful, and less reactive. You are not rushing to fill silence anymore, and you are not stepping into every moment without awareness. Instead, there is a softness in how you move, a quiet confidence in how you choose where to go and how to show up. This is not about holding yourself back, but about moving in a way that feels aligned with your peace. It is a sign that you are no longer searching for direction outside of yourself because something within you has become clear enough to trust. There is also a deeper emotional balance forming, one that allows you to experience life without feeling overwhelmed by it. You are learning how to observe your thoughts without getting lost in them, how to feel your emotions without letting them control your direction. This balance is not something that happens instantly, but something you have been building step by step. There's something important here because this is where your awareness becomes a steady foundation, not just something you notice in certain moments, but something that supports you consistently. As this message reaches its final layers, allow yourself to simply accept where you are without needing to question it. You do not have to prove your growth, and you do not have to explain your awareness to anyone else. What matters is that you feel it, that you trust it, and that you continue to move with it. Let this be a reminder that your journey has not been random and your understanding has not been accidental. It has all been leading you to this calm clarity where you can move forward with quiet confidence, knowing that you are already aligned with